entry number 3, current date November 22nd, 2247. Location of tape recording, the town of Farlands. Coordinates, -191, 38, 332. Date of event being recorded, 4 billion BU. He goes by many names: Knight of the Void, son of the Spanker, father to all elements. However, we know him by his most recent alias, Vitruvian, or as we like to call him, Space Dad. You see, Vitruvian is the firstborn son of Spanker, primordial god of space. He is practically on par with his counterpart, the Red Star, his partner in crime, if you will. Spanker had assigned his offspring a grand trial to conclude whether it is within reason that the gods must govern all life that exists. He wiped both of their memories and separated them between two vast boundaries of cosmos with a seed planted within them. This seed was their biological purpose to either interfere or investigate the mortals, while the Red Star was to be worshipped by all who knew his glory. Vitruvian was to be subtle and never make any contact with the townsfolk. He knew eventually things would lead to a doomsday, so the decision was based around which scenario would lead to an earlier demise. Vitruvian created the original Plush Kingdom, as so the perfect world for natural selection. His seed was carried by the great goddess Terra, and the firstborn of Earth, 𝔼ℕ𝕋ℝ𝕑, was born. Arthur grew up in an empty world with no father, questioning his own mother's philosophies. He would later fall in love with a centaur, and together they would bring the nations of Azrael and an empire to dust, and from an alliance known as the Plush Kingdom. Their offspring was 𝔼ℕ𝕋ℝ𝕑, the original baby jaguar. 𝔼ℕ𝕋ℝ𝕑 is believed to still live within the reincarnated baby jaguar. It is currently unknown as to what triggers him. Further research is to be conducted. He was a mighty ruler who conquered the land and brought the end of the great Cobblestone Kingdom. With his adopted son, Bean Boy, they ruled over all of mankind for hundreds of years, until one day the sky burst open with lightning and ash, and from the rift at the center, a man ascended down from the heavens. He spoke softly and calculated, as if he had witnessed every individual outcome hours prior. His name, Space Dad. Who was he? He was the father of the firstborn king of the Plush Kingdom. As the walls began to collapse and the rift began devouring all life matters in the universe, the man simply watched as the end of the world was upon him. So Spanker witnessed his son not only disobey his first commandment, but slaughter his very own offspring. In a shocking turn of events, both timelines ended with a constant parallel, which would eventually lead to the formation of a big church. While the Red Star grew bored, Vitruvian deemed humanity to be unworthy of one day living within the great islands of paradise alongside its creator, the Royal Spanker himself. He effortlessly wiped out all life on the planet, and within a few moments, all life was extinct. He shattered the great barrier of cosmos that had differentiated the Plush Kingdom from the flip side. The rift that had devoured the Plush Kingdom was no wormhole. It was the gravitational force expelled by the power of a god being devoured. And the truth is, it was my doing. I absorbed everything in both worlds to defeat the Red Star, and it worked. The space-time continuum was shattered, and both worlds had been infused together to form the current-day universe. Vitruvian had returned to Spanker with great nobility, only to be shunned by his own father. He was banished to the mortal realm to wander for the rest of eternity. However, he swore that one day he would return, and both him and his brother, arguably the strongest beings to have ever existed, alongside his counterpart the Red Star, second to no other than Spanker, would return to destroy his father. End tape recording.